Rain pounded the roof as Lisa walked into the Lost and Found shop, a small antique shop on the outskirts of town. She was looking for something special for her new apartment, something with history. "Can I help you?" a hoarse voice said behind her. Lisa turned around and saw an older man wearing thick glasses. His eyes seemed unnaturally large, almost bulging. "I'm looking for a mirror," she said. "An old one with character." The old man grinned, as if he'd been waiting for this question. "I just happen to have something special." He led her to the far corner of the shop, where a large oval mirror stood in a carved wooden frame. It was covered in a thin layer of dust, but when Lisa ran her hand over it, the glass sparkled as if it were new. "It's beautiful," she whispered. "It will remember you," the old man replied, and there was something sinister in his voice. Lisa didn't pay any attention to these words. She bought the mirror and took it home. The mirror fit perfectly into the bedroom interior. But on the very first night, Lisa woke up with a strange feeling. She felt like she was being watched. She sat up in bed and looked in the mirror. Her reflection was sitting exactly the same, but it was smiling. Lisa quickly closed her eyes. When she opened her eyes again, the reflection was normal. It seemed so, she thought. But the next night, everything repeated itself. A week later, Lisa began to notice that her reflection sometimes preceded her movements. She hadn't even raised her hand yet, and in the mirror, her double was already fixing her hair. One morning, getting ready for work, she saw her reflection turn around and go into the mirror, as if someone had called it. "What the hell?" Lisa screamed. She came closer and touched the glass. It was cold, almost icy. Lisa decided to find out the history of the mirror. Returning to the antique shop, she found that the store was closed, and there was a sign "Sold" on the door. A neighboring merchant told her that the old owner had died 10 years ago. "But I saw him last week," Lisa whispered. The merchant shook his head. He loved this mirror. He said that it brings people together. That same night, Lisa woke up from the sound of scraping. She opened her eyes and saw her own reflection slowly emerging from the mirror. "You are now a part of us," it whispered in her voice, but with some alien, distorted timbre. Lisa recoiled in horror, but the shadow from the mirror reached out and grabbed her wrist. In the morning, the neighbors called the police. Strange sounds were coming from Lisa's apartment. When the door was opened, there was no one inside, only the mirror, and in it, a new reflection. Now it was smiling. A month later, the old mirror in a carved frame appeared again in the antique shop, and a new buyer was already interested in it. The mirror hung in the bedroom, reflecting the soft light of the nightlight. Lisa, already in her pajamas, took a last look at it before going to bed. "Well, at least you decorate the interior," she grinned, adjusting the pillow. But something in her joke sounded uncertain. Before turning off the light, she glanced at the mirror one more time and froze. Her reflection did not repeat the movement. It stood motionless, staring at her. "Damn!" Lisa abruptly flicked the switch. Darkness swallowed the room. 2:47 a.m. Lisa woke up with the feeling that there was someone in the room. She slowly opened her eyes. The moon was shining through the window, and in its cold light the mirror flickered. And in it, someone was moving, not her. Her reflection was still lying in bed with her eyes closed. But in the depths of the glass, as if from the other end of a long corridor, a female figure was walking towards her. Slowly, staring at her without stopping, Lisa pressed herself into the pillow, her heart pounding so loudly that it seemed to be heard throughout the entire house. The figure was approaching. Now you could make out the face. Her face. Only the eyes were black, without whites, and the mouth was stretched in an unnaturally wide smile. "No," Lisa whispered. At that moment, her reflection in the mirror suddenly opened its eyes and turned its head towards her. Lisa screamed and pulled the blanket over her head. Shivering, she lay like that until the morning. The morning brought no relief. The mirror looked completely ordinary. The sunlight played on its surface, and Lisa had almost convinced herself that it was all a dream. Until she came closer. On the glass, at the level of her face, 2 cloudy marks were imprinted, as if someone was pressing their palms from the inside. And in the corner, barely noticeable, a translucent figure froze. Watching, waiting. The next night will be worse.